On our morning show get-together today from WRCO during the first half, we're going to talk about veterans and their benefits and services provided in the area. And joining us, Karen Knock, Veterans Service Officer, and Hugo Santiago, Veterans Benefit Specialist. Good to have them back in the studio today. Karen, congratulations. I understand you've just passed 10 years in this position. Is that true?
Yes, 10-year anniversary, working for the county and working with our wonderful local veterans.
Yeah, does it seem like it's been that long?
No, it does not. It does not. I still get a chance to meet new people on a regular basis, which is pretty amazing.
Hugo, how long have you been in this position?
Yesterday was my 3-year anniversary.
3 years, wow. So, in fact, I think we had you on here on the morning show, and you had just taken over that
That
spot.
is correct.
Yeah.
That is correct.
So you're a veteran of the morning show now, too. Well, good to have you both in here. Karen, I know you're always encouraging veterans to make that yearly visit, aren't you?
Yeah, there's so many changes all the time. Changes to the VA system, to the healthcare system, to income limits, levels, new things that they're adding to presumptive lists, especially now with Iraq and Afghanistan wars that are still coming out, that we just ask people to stop in and just see what's new.
Mm-hmm. I guess maybe we would be surprised at all of the avenues you can send them to, right?
Oh, correct. Yeah. It's, there's no way to know everything in this job, but I still have veterans that come in and educate me on things, It's very important to try to keep current and stay up to date on all the different avenues.
Hugo, is some things that are relevant to Richland County that might be to other counties, or is it pretty much the same everywhere?
It's pretty much the same, but we, like she's mentioned, we encourage everybody to keep on coming on, at least on an annual basis, because things change. And you could have been here last year, and during that year, things have changed, and it does apply to you. So that's why we do encourage people to come over.
Mm-hmm. Are there more programs benefiting veterans? I mean, does that change every year?
Well, there's programs that continue on, and and both state and national, they're being pushing to add additional benefits, whether it's for the veteran or their dependents. So it's not just the veteran, because their families also, can also benefit from the veterans' situation. So,
is it kids and grandkids that can benefit?
Mainly, no. Is
that a kind of a tricky question?
Well, it's a gray area.
Oh.
I'll put it like that. It's a gray area because there's been times that veterans end up being the custodian of their grandchildren. So.
Oh, sure. I never thought about that. There's a common commercial that's on TV all the time, and it's for an insurance agency for veterans, and they always mention your kids and your grandkids are eligible.
Yeah, that is correct. As long as a family member was part of the military, they are capable to sign up.
You guys are going to be out and about at the county fair, is that correct?
Oh, yes. We're always looking forward to it because that's when we actually, we are more exposed to the general public. So, yes, we always enjoy the fair.
You probably see people face to face coming by that may not necessarily always think about coming into your office, right?
Actually, we have been able to actually bring people in because of the fair, that just by having a 5-minute talk with us at the fair, they realized that they didn't know that they could apply for them benefits. So that exposure is always good for our office.
Where are you generally located at the fairgrounds?
Close to the grandstand.
Okay. So people can look you up there, and that time is coming pretty quickly, too.
Oh, yes.
Karen, now let's talk about the 2025 benefits books.
So they're federal books. They're not state benefits. They're the federal. And they basically talk about everything from A to Z. They give descriptions on life insurance policies, health care, talks about CHAMP VA, which is a separate for a dependent. It talks about service-connected disabilities, presumptives. They don't update the books every year, and they just happen to this year And so we jumped on them, and I got 100 of them in my office. So anybody that has any questions or just wants a really thorough overview to read, to reference, we have them in the office, and they can stop by and pick one up.
Do you think a lot has changed since the last time you had a book?
Was it 22?
Some of the presumptives.
2022 was the last book, and then yes, in the last 3 years, there have been additional presumptives added. The VA life insurance policy that they came out with not too long ago. It also talks about the service, the disabled life insurance policy. But yeah, they've definitely improved a lot of the existing policies, implemented new ones, and updated the presumptives list.
Has there been any talk about cuts to veterans benefits or anything like that that's been going on this year?
No, there has not been any cuts. There has been additional funding that has been added. I've kind of heard rumors and rumblings about the number of employees at each hospital. I'm not exactly sure where that is going yet. And the VA regional office, they're moving people around and combining some offices and dividing others and taking job descriptions kind of and moving them around. So they're going through their own adjustment period. But not really. I haven't heard any cuts.
And that's good. And additional funding is also good too,
yes.
Isn't it?
Yes.
Perfect. We've talked on the program in the past, Hugo, about cemeteries. And any updates there as far as getting veterans' names on the stones?
Well, it's not right now. It's not the problem of getting the names on the stones. The main problem that we are facing is that there were changes in the form that the county used to provide to those cemeteries, which was already populated. Now, cemeteries are calling us, hey, we need the name. And we are just letting them know that, you can just go ahead, go to davidbrentthompsons.com. And he has a list of all the veterans that are located in each cemetery. And actually, we do a back and forth cooperation between Dave and our office to make sure that all names are there. So all the cemeteries, all they got to do is just go in there, do a copy, and paste it into a new blank sheet and turn it in so they can get their allocation for the year.
I see. That's pretty important to do. And then are there opportunities maybe where they don't know that the veteran's actually buried in that cemetery, or how does that happen?
Yes, there has been. And actually, our office, we worked for almost 3 years to make sure that that list of every cemetery here in Richland County is up to date. There was a lot of names that were added in the process, and there were names that were already on the website, but they were not identified as veterans. So we also had those names updated. So yeah, it was like I said, almost a 3-year corroboration, and then we got it done. I mean, to the best of our abilities.
Yeah, because I know you were in here a couple of times. We were talking the last time you were here about headstones, Karen.
Yep.
And how did that project turn out?
It's still ongoing. We're actually just placed our second order for 10 more headstones for veterans. There's 3 of them are going to go to the Sextonville Cemetery. One's going to the Richland Center Cemetery. Just different places around the county. But yeah, we just placed our second order for another 10. So it's still ongoing.
That's interesting. People are doing their genealogy and they discover that maybe they had a family member that did serve in one of the wars from years ago. That probably still happens from time to time where they go back and do a little research, isn't it?
More frequent than you'd think. It happens quite often. We get a cemetery that says, hey, so-and-so's niece was here and said that he served in the military. And so we do a deep delve and see if we can find anything to help collaborate that. And then also you'd be surprised. Another reason why David Brent Thompson's website is so important, because he also will list this is only a headstone. This veteran is not buried here. This veteran is buried here. And that's kind of one of the reasons why the county decided to not put those names, populate those names in, because they wanted the cemeteries to make sure that the list was accurate by having them put the names in instead, so they can verify and confirm.
So their name could be on the headstone, but their remains are not there.
Correct.
Huh.
That happens.
That does. Wow. So, again, Dave Thompson's website, that's a good place to go and start. Then,
It really, really is. Yes.
For veterans to do that. Veterans license plates. Are all veterans qualifying for those, Hugo?
Well, if you're a veteran, yes, you qualify. It's an easy thing. Just come to our office and we identify you as being a veteran, and you go to the DMV, just like the same way that you do for their driver's licenses as well, to identify them as veterans. So it's we basically are the ones who let the DMV know, yes, this individual is a veteran, so he qualifies for a license plate.
Do they get a special rate on the license plate?
No, unfortunately, no.
No? Okay.
No. And that's one thing that I wish, me personally, I wish it was different, because one thing, after 23 years of service, that's one thing I noticed during my time in service, that veteran plates costs are different from state to state. And it's like, it's that I feel that that's a benefit that should be provided for all veterans alike, and set it, a standard all across the board. But unfortunately, it's not. So
That's something maybe to talk to your representatives about, though.
yeah,
Right?
yeah, that is correct.
So, what about the identifier on a driver's license too? Is that something special?
On the same way, that veteran will come to our office. I mean, even if they go to the DMV, the DMV is going to tell them, no, you got to go to the County Veteran Service office, and they have to verify that you are indeed a veteran for you to be able to have that identifier in your driver's license.
So it's a special plate that is issued then.
No. The plate is one thing. For the ID, is a whole different thing. It's like your regular driver's license, but on top of it is going to say veteran. And on top of the Wisconsin name, it says veteran.
Okay.
So
the license you carry in your pocket,
correct,
so to speak. Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. That's interesting. And we've gone to the new look driver's licenses too here in the state, haven't we, Karen?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and in fact, you're holding out one there. That's good. Our listeners can't see that, but so let's talk too about VA healthcare. I know you wanted to touch on that today, Karen.
Yeah. So I hear we have veterans that come in and they say, "Well, I'm enrolled in TRICARE," or, "Oh no, my wife has really good health insurance, so I don't need the VA." Well, there's benefits that you can get just from being enrolled. That is one of the best parts about the VA, is you can use it as much or as little as you want. So we have veterans that go down there 4 times a month, and we have veterans that go down there once every 2 years for a physical. You can use it as much or as little as you want. But if something were to happen and the veteran were to pass away, there's additional benefits that the family could be eligible for, such as a funeral bill reimbursement, just because that veteran is enrolled, even if they never use the VA, as long as they're enrolled.
Okay.
And plus, a lot of people say, "Well, I don't want to drive to Madison. I don't want to drive to Madison. I want to stay at my local doctor." Well, we're rural veterans, and so we're eligible for something that's called the community care. And what that does is the VA understands that the distance is going to be a hardship for veterans, and so they allow veterans to see their local doctors, and the VA will pay for it just from being enrolled in VA healthcare. So we ask people, to just, even if you don't think you'll ever use it, still it's there in case something happens. What happens when your wife retires? And it's always, sooner the better, obviously. I meet so many veterans that are in their 80s, and they'll say, man, I should have done this 50 years ago. And I say, yes, you should have.
Yeah, how does that work? Because I know there's strict rules about being enrolled in two different insurance, health insurance policies.
No, so the VA is not a health insurance policy. It's health care. So usually Medicare and VA work very well together. And then as far as like other insurance policies, if they have co-pays for like a prescription or something like that, the VA has been pretty good. I have heard very, very few complaints. They work very well with other insurance policies or work well with insurance policies. That's better.
Does that include vision and dental as well?
So if you're 100% service-connected disabled, then there is dental. Vision, audio, those are included. But Delta Dental offers policies for veterans specifically. They give an additional discount if you're interested in one of their policies.
That's a very good deal. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so people just need to check about it. Call your office for more information. Right?
Yeah.
I know maybe a year or so ago, we were on talking about the DAV van. Hugo, I tell you what, you stay pretty busy with those, don't you?
Yes. Yeah, good. Like she mentioned, we're rural veterans, and unfortunately, a lot of our veterans don't have the means to get to Madison, and they're not enrolled in the community care, so they do have to go to Madison. So that's where the DAV comes into play, and it's a savior in ways because the DA van provides them with that ride from here to Richardson Center to Madison twice a week. So there's a number that they just gotta call us at number 608-280-7019 and set for an appointment. And like I said, it's a blessing.
It's a great thing because they take you right to the front door, too.
Yes.
You don't have to worry about parking and walking.
Nope, front door, and they will wait for you until you're done.
Mm-hmm. So you can probably get your scheduled appointments kind of around those days when the van would show up, right?
That is correct. And that's what we always encourage people. And give them a call, and so that way you can set up your appointment that way. And Madison itself, they are aware of the situations when it comes to our rural veterans. So they do make the space available to fit in our veterans the way it needs to be done.
Are you always looking for volunteers for that?
Yes. There's always DAV always needs volunteers for driving. Right now we got three individuals working, but it's a volunteer work, so volunteers are always needed, so we can actually take some of that weight off those three individuals.
Do you use your own vehicles to drive the vans then, Karen? How does that work?
The DAV van is parked outside of City Hall.
So you use the van?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
It's a free ride, and the days that they schedule appointments are Tuesdays and Thursdays. That's when they make their trips. And the only thing that they ask, and you can bring a family member with you. You can bring a second person with you if you wish. But the only thing that they ask is that you be able to get into the van on your own steam. That's the only requirement for the van.
Wonderful. Someone could possibly help you, like can a family member go? Or how
Absolutely.
Does it work?
Yep. Okay. Yep, they'll take a second person. If your wife wants to go with you, your husband wants to go with you, they're more than welcome.
DIC claims. Did you want to tackle that today?
Yes. So I've had family members that have no idea what a DIC claim is. And what DIC stands for is Dependent and Indemnity Compensation. So if you had a veteran exposed, let's say to Agent Orange, he developed health conditions because of that exposure, and he passed away because of one of those health conditions, the spouse is now eligible for DIC. And what you're telling the VA when you apply for that benefit is you're saying, my husband died because of his time in service. and you're eligible for DIC. It's roughly about $1,800 a month for the rest of your life. You will become eligible for a health care policy, and you'll be able to have your property tax recredited to you after the fact. I have met many spouses that were not aware of this benefit, and so we end up applying for it 20 plus years after the fact when they could have been eligible for it this whole time. So we just want to get that word out to make sure that, if you know that if your mom is struggling, or that your father passed away from this, she could be eligible for this benefit. And we want to just get the word out about that, because it seems like one of the lesser known benefits that maybe the veteran knew about it, but now that he's passed and the wife just didn't know. So if we can link his medical condition, that the reason why he passed away, to their time in service. I had a charming young lady. Her husband was exposed to the atomic bomb radiation in World War II, and we were able to, 40 years after the fact, we were able to get her this benefit because she never knew.
How rewarding is that for you?
It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing that, like in these cases, a couple of the women I knew were really struggling financially, and then all of a sudden we were able to help them out and take care of them for the rest of their lives. It's truly amazing.
Let's say a spouse applies for that, then it isn't retroactive. It doesn't go back to the time of death of the loved one then, does it?
Right.
Okay. So it just takes over when you apply then.
Sooner the better, yep.
Sooner the better to get that done.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. If people have questions, they can always call you, right?
Absolutely. We're located in the courthouse on the second floor. Our office hours are 8:30 to 4:30. And I'm usually there about 7 in the morning. So if you happen to call early, like before you leave for work, don't be afraid to do that. I'm probably there. And then our phone number is 608-647-6101. We do kind of endorse people to make appointments. And the reason why is if you come in the office and we're already with somebody, then we have to send you out and have you come back at a later time.
That works out well. So it's the yearly checkup here for your visit to the morning show and to get the word out. Anything else you wanted to add today, Hugo?
No. Well, the main thing for us is, veterans out there, please come to our office, even if it's just to say hello. Because, like we mentioned, you never know. There might be a benefit out there for you that you were not aware. And, that is one of our main things, is to educate our veterans of what benefits are there for them.
You probably get it from time to time where a veteran is very humble about it and like, well, no, I'm done. I don't need the benefits.
Oh yes, there have been no occasions that we got to pry it out of them, because they don't. In a lot of them, it's because of pride. It's like, I didn't know. It's like, well, I didn't know it's actually costing you money that you should be receiving. So, or help that you will be receiving. So, yeah, like I said, we encourage all veterans to come by our office at least once a year.
They deserve it.
Yes.
Absolutely. Karen, anything else you wanted to add?
There's a new program, semi-new. It's been around for about 18 months now. It's called VJP, Veterans Justice Program. And it's for veterans that are facing criminal charges. There's a department within the VA down in Madison that will actually help those veterans. And answer their questions and represent them, give them advice. And so we just actually not too long ago worked with them to help a veteran out. So it is something for veterans to just kind of keep in the back of their mind that there is somewhat help. It's not civil. It's not tort cases, but it is anything criminal.
Okay. Any questions? Give you a call.
Yes.
Right? Well, appreciate it. Come back and see us again.
All right. Thank you.
It was great to have you. You bet. Karen Knock, Veteran Service Officer for Richland County, and Hugo Santiago, Veterans Benefits Specialist, in this portion of the morning show.